on that it's
Your
becoming
background so
mode
loud.
with
Yep.
other stuff. Yes, it's so much that he can't get through. So at the very end of 2016, I was riding in the car with my boyfriend, and he was saying, "Hey, so what kind of things do you want to do for 2017? What kind of things do you want to do as a couple?" We're just discussing our goals and things we wanted to change and things we wanted to do differently, things we wanted to add
That's
into the new year. And I'm
romantic.
like, "Oh,
That's
girl,
romantic
that's
of
bull right there,
full
boy. That's the
thoughtful.
bull ride." So I was like, like, I want to do more craft projects with you because I am a Pinterest addict. And he was like, "Okay, well, go on Pinterest and find some stuff for us to do." So, and then out of nowhere, I had a very, very clear feeling of you should start a candle company. And that is how you know it's God's voice. It's not your own thought process. Nothing inspired it. No one said it to you. It is when you know that you know that you know out of nowhere, this is what's being told to you. And so as soon as the thought came in my head, just like this, you should start a candle company. And I was like, whatever you thought. Not
and I believe that's what you said. I believe that you said that because I know you. And
have very candid conversations.
yeah, it's exactly the
He
conversation.
talks to me like Sam Jackson. He's wonderful. So, I
With
dismissed it. Yeah, he talks like Sam Jackson. He was like, "All right, you heard what I said." So as soon as I dismissed that, I was like, "No, I was thinking more like, do some painting, make a wreath or so." He was like, "No." I said, "You should start a candle company." And again, this is the end of 2016. I had never made a candle a day in my life. I was like, "All right, whatever." Let it go. Completely dismissed it. And then 2017 starts, and God is saying, "Hey, I told you what I wanted you to do. So I need you to research everything you can find out about candles." Now, here's what usually happens, right? Especially with a personality like mine. I am a make it happen. I am a get it done type person. So if I have an idea, I will break that thing down in 20 parts and I will jump on all of it. The problem with that is that God did not give me those instructions. He told me to do one thing, but me being me, call it the Black woman's blessing or burden, I took it and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do this and this." I was like, "Oh, God, this is so good. This will be my side hustle. Because, I've been asking for more money. So I'm going to start a candle company. I'm going to sell candles on the side." He was like, "That's not what I told you. So just listen to me." So, January, I learned everything I could learn. Again, had never made a candle in my life, had no desire to make candles, and cared nothing about a candle. Slowly, I started to get more interested. So, like God always say, He will qualify the unqualified. So, out of nowhere, I knew all the science behind it. I had the passion for it. And I was like, well, how can I make this better, right? So, just slowly, things started coming to me. And when I was like, God, and then at the same time, keep in mind, when you know it's time for a shift, God will make things so uncomfortable for you where you are that you either have no choice but to move or to break. You can either let your situation break you down,
or stay. I think there's those. There's three things. You either stay and do nothing. You got it. You leave.
Stay and be broken.
Well, yeah.
Like, why do you even work here? Because they let the situation break them. They stayed in it when God tried to remove them out of it. So,
good point.
While I'm still thinking that I'm making a side hustle, and I'm like, "Oh God, I want to start doing this." So I've created this logo, and I'm meeting with graphic designers. I'm doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden, God is quiet. He's not talking to me anymore. And this is a period of several months, right? I'm talking from May through September, and I'm like, "Okay, God, well, you know what? That's fine. You gave me this idea. I'm going to run with it." At the same time, God was using other people as a vessel to make life uncomfortable. Because please understand that God will allow people to do things to you and against you that you did not feel you warranted, right?
Oh, yeah.
People who normally used to be for me, all of a sudden were against me. And it wasn't, and even at that time, I didn't look at them and blame them. I was like, "Okay, God, this is completely you," because I was making every excuse in the book to stay where I was. I was like, "Well, you know what? Here are the pros of my job, and I can do this, and I still have the flexibility, and then every single thing that I had listed as a pro, took it. God took He was
Man.
like, don't ask me for something and then make your own plans to get it in a way that you think you should.
Right.
Because I
Trying to
was like,
make
if you're
it.
going to ask me for something, just don't even ask if you're not even going to wait for me to give it to you. So I was like, okay. So he had made it so completely uncomfortable in so many different things where it got to the point I'd get to work and I had to pray before I even walked in. Like, I had a
Man.
stomach ache. Like, I couldn't even go in. Like, I had to sit in my car.
I have been there when I used to sell cars. I mean, I used to crank up the gospel music and be praying before I went in there. It just got that bad, and I mean, I eventually left and
Yeah.
went on into mental health. And
And
I jokingly tell people even now, I'm like, yo, I'm about to get back to that point where I got to ride to work with gospel music on and read a devotional. One of my friends, she's like, I'm like in 6 devotionals right now. I'm just like, that's crazy. You know, it's like, how much time can you devote? Like, at what point do either the culture of the environment and you in start changing, the leadership start doing some meditation, prayer, devotion, something, until you have to go. Like, I can't be the constant, you know what I'm saying, the constant change. That doesn't even make sense. I can't constantly be changing, constantly evaluating, constantly trying to work on me. And it's like, you know, it's just like being in a relationship or a friendship. You can't be the one always, you know, doing. And so I think your work and career has to be the same. So I want to know what have you enjoyed most thus far, and what are your fears or frustrations?
Let me switch that around. So because I absolutely knew that this is something that God had called me to do, and I'm saying this like, you know, this has nothing, like, he gave me something that was not an Amber thing. Like, nobody could look at this candle company and be like, oh, yeah, I always knew you were going to have a real good candle company. No, everyone expected me to start an event business just because that's what I did. So because I knew this was such a God move, like, I was so comfortable making that change and stepping out on that space that even to this day, I don't have any fear about being an entrepreneur. There are days that you get a little more anxious about making sure that the day-to-day necessities and logistics can still happen, you know, financially, and can I still devote this much time to doing this if I need to put all of myself into this. But then you remember, this thing has already worked out. Like, why am I tripping? Like, it's done. God has already done it. It is done.
Right.
So that completely assuages that one, right? But everything that I disliked or grew discontented with in working with the 9 to 5, I don't have that anymore. And I love that about controlling my own time. Like, when it comes time to realize, like, oh, your kid is sick, I don't have to ask someone's permission to leave their office to take care of my
of your own your own flesh and blood.
Of your own. You don't have to check how much sick time you have accumulated if you get sick. Like, I
Right.
don't have to worry about asking someone's permission or checking office coverage or being sure that you all can live without me if I need to have a me day, if I need to do something else. I control my time. So even though in theory I really could sleep while my kid is in school and work the rest of the day, I don't, because when he gets home he's on 10 and it's all about him. But my time is absolutely my time. Now on the same ticket, you also then realize that everything you do, every moment, every minute, you have to make it count. Which basically, although there's some pressure behind that, that's pretty much how you should live. Like,
Right.
God is like, all right, I didn't promise you a certain amount of time. You already know that at some point it's going to expire. So why are you wasting your time being anywhere unhappy?
And I would even add to that, like, you know, I was just recently told, like, you're not doing this, this, and this, and haven't been all year. And I'm like, hold on. You mean a good leader allowed that, or is that even true? And then I said, you know what? There's some truth in what you're saying, but I understand the root of why you might feel like that, or why I know I haven't been doing my best. And so now I'm like, you know what? Everything I do, it should be the best. And I get it. I'm you know, there's going to be a shift coming, but I still have to do the right thing with what I've been handed. And not to say I've purposely not been doing that, but you're so, I think you're in such a state and so depressed. It's like very overwhelming, with the situation, not in general. But I do want to switch things up. And ask you. So I guess that those kind of things probably motivate you, knowing that you kind of control your time, knowing that, you can be flexible, really control your time. And like for me, time is the most valuable thing that I have, to give and to offer. And I just want to be able to afford to control my time and give my time to other people and, help them through that. So on another note, I guess I want to know, what were your thoughts on Black Panther? I'm pretty sure you saw it. I was just curious.
Black Panther the very first day it came out.
I'm not surprised.
And you can't be surprised. Let me tell you why Black Panther was so amazing. And people might have heard it. You might have seen it on social media. And the fact that we still have to have this conversation enforces why it's absolutely so important. I went to the movies, and at the theater that I went to, they gave out Black Panther comic books to everyone who went. So I came home and I gave the comic book to my son. And since it's not, on Netflix, or they haven't had a full-length feature film, he was not familiar with Black Panther. And he has superheroes on his wall, Marvel and DC.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, Mom, who's this? I'm like, oh, that's the Black Panther. Oh, who's this? He's a superhero, babe. He's the king of Wakanda. But he looks like me, Mommy. Yes, baby, he does look like you. You can be a superhero, too. Really? Yes. Yes, you can. Like, that representation, the fact that my child inherently, at 5, even had the thought that superheroes don't look like me, that is heartbreaking for a parent.
Not any of the major ones, they throw us in with a couple of here, there, villains, but it's never no major, like you say, feature film on it. We got a little.
You got Falcon.
Right.
But we're talking about this
right.
man's thing.
Like it's your story, your thing, yeah.
All of it. Yeah, this is him. He's not a supporting character, and he's not a villain. But the representation of Black people in light, in positivity, in power, in advanced technology was absolutely amazing. Then also the representation of Black women as strength, but in a healthy way. Not in the way that we're used to with the Black Superwoman conflict of we're strong because we have to be, but we're secretly breaking. No, I'm talking about like you are strong because you just are.
You are. because you are. Because you is, like, girl. Exactly.
Like, it's beautiful. I am so incredibly, like, I'm still astounded to see exactly. You know what's amazing? And this is going to sound so random. Ryan Coogler, when he did the video talking about the breakdown of a scene, and everything about him is just so real. He doesn't change his diction, his colloquialisms. He sounds like he is fresh off a corner and is headed straight to a university. Like he is like an educated hood. And I'm like, you better be Black and beautiful and intelligent.
It's like T.I. and Lil Wayne without all the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of it's
Wayne exactly.
Well, I mentioned Wayne and I'll mention Ross. Like a lot of them, went to school and they left school. You know what I'm saying? And they're very, pretty much all them jokers got it up here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we got to choose. It's like they choose a side. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, well, I have to be like this to be successful. And exactly. I think we're being allowed just a little pinch, a little window to just kind of just be. And I mean, I think that's one of the amazing things going on right now in TV, film, and media